Can you give me a response I can give to those who read fictional stories containing magic and they say I don't believe in or support the magic? I only read the books for fun. You like Harry Potter? No. There's a nice lecture, inshallah, online available. Maybe the link can be put up there. It's a very, very detailed lecture, lengthy enough to go over the issue with foundations from the Book of Allah about the issue of magic in fiction, and how it is an extreme form of heedlessness that Muslims repeat these kind of statements. They say a statement of kufr when they say, I read these books but I don't believe in magic. They say that they don't believe in magic, meaning I don't even believe it exists, so I won't be harmed by it because I don't believe in magic. They think that what they're saying justifies the idea of reading it because they don't believe in it. That's a double whammy. First of all, you're reading a story where the hero is presented as a magician, and he wins by the use of kufr, sihr, something that it must be detested by every Muslim. You're reading it and you're interested in it. Your heart is attached to the hero. You want the hero to win, and you're happy when he uses magic to defeat his enemy. So there's your case. You're a Muslim who believes in Allah, so you claim. And this is what your heart loves. Your heart loves a hero who rides around on a witch's broom and has a spell casting wand, and so on. And the people often say as well, and the double whammy idea is that on top of that, they're rejecting the reality of magic. So they've let their guards down and they're reading the story thinking it's fun, and at the same time they're actually learning the dark arts and magic because they think it's not real. So here they are claiming it's not real, while it is real, and Allah's book and the sunnah of His Messenger ﷺ has affirmed that it's real. The other excuse given by these people that have been overwhelmed by heedlessness in their religion is that they say it's not real magic. I believe in magic, but the Harry Potter books are just fiction. They have nothing to do with real magic. And this is a dangerous statement because it only comes from one of two people. One, a person who knows what he's talking about, or someone who's babbling and they don't know what they're talking about. If you know what you're talking about, that means you know magic. You have knowledge of magic. You are a magician, or you are involved in, you have knowledgeable of the sciences of magic. And that is how you are able to say Harry Potter's magic is not real magic. So you already are a magician, and your case is farther than we should even talk about from Islam. Second case, you are ignorant and you're just assuming it's not real magic. In that case, al-jahil ya'rif qadrahu, he should know his limit and stop talking. And especially when it's an issue of Islam and kufr, of Islam and rejecting Islam. Don't speak without knowledge. Don't say it's not magic. How do you know it's not magic if you haven't studied magic and you don't know all about magic? Don't assume it's not magic and put your guard down and then start reading it. And that lecture is very important for people who have been shocked by these words that I'm saying. That lecture should be listened to from start to finish to get a proper understanding of all the evidences in Islam and the verdicts of the scholars and the angles by which Muslims must protect themselves and their children. Every parent listening right now is absolutely required, without a shadow of a doubt, by their religion, to make sure there are no Harry Potter books in their houses, or movies, or video games, or anything like that. And with Harry Potter, add all that film culture and book culture and everything that has to do with that, like the Lord of the Rings and the Dungeons and Dragons and all of those things in popular culture that have to do with the use of magic for the heroes. All of that must be abandoned. And if we refer to another book written by this same great author, Nawaqid al-Islam, the things that nullify your Islam, he summarized out of what some scholars consider to be about 400 things that would nullify your Islam. He brought the 10 most common and most dangerous ways that people leave Islam. And he said, As-sihr fa'alahu wa man radiya bihi kafar. Whoever practices it and whoever is pleased with it has disbelieved. You sit there and you read a book about magic, and you sit there and you enjoy the story about a magician, or you watch a movie and there's a man throwing fireballs or shooting electricity out of his fingertips or waving a magic wand or flying through the air, clearly using what we understand to be magic. And you are entertained by this. Where is the heart that hates evil? إِذَا رَأَى أَحَدُكُمْ مُنْكَرًا فَلْيُغَيِّرْهُ بِيَدِهِ. If one of you sees an evil thing, and what an evil thing is the use of magic right in front of your eyes. If you see an evil thing, you are required to change it with your hand. if you have authority. If it's your house, your television, your house, and it's your book, it's your workplace, the place where you have authority, then you must change it yourself. If you're unable, meaning it's not the place where you have authority to physically change things, then فَإِن لَمْ تَسْتَطِعْ فَبِلِسَانِكَ. Then if you're not able to change it with your hand, then change it with your tongue. Speak out, advise, teach the people, and warn them against disbelief in Allah in all of its forms, specifically the form of magic. Then if you're not able, for example, you're afraid of being killed, you're afraid of being harmed, something else prevents you from the ability to speak, then فَمَنْ لَمْ يَسْتَطِعْ فَبِقَلْبِهِ وَذَلِكَ أَضْعَفُ الْإِيمَانِ. Then whoever is not able to hate the evil or to change the evil with his tongue, then let him at least hate it in his heart. So everyone, let's say you're unable to turn the channel. Let's just say that. Your remote is broken. You can't turn the channel. That's your excuse. And you can't say anything for someone else to change the channel. So you're sitting there watching Harry Potter saying, I can't change it with my hand or my tongue. Then you are required by your religion to hate it in your heart. And how could you be sitting there in that situation anyway without removing the evil from your presence? And how far have you gone away from Allah's religion where this is the kind of situation you find yourself in? Think about the worship of Allah alone and what the life of a believer should be like. And ask yourself, if you sit back and you are entertained by people performing magic, ask yourself, what kind of Islam am I practicing? And you should be disgusted with this kind of approach to Islam, and you should come to your senses, and we ask Allah Ta'ala to aid you and all of our brothers and sisters.